Hey everyone, it's Caroline again, and I have a job life update for you um, for July 2014. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on how my life and job been going since my last job update, life since my last life slash job update, which was in April when I started that new nanny job with that family, that with that little 18-month-old, one and a half old little girl. When I told you guys, on my last update. Well, the job was great. It was going well for a month or two, and then things weren't going so well after that. So I only worked for them April, May, June, July, only 3 months. Um, I I recently had to quit because, like I said, it was going well for the first month, and then the past 2 months it wasn't going so well because my hours wasn't getting much hours and pay, hardly much hours and pay from them. Um, it was supposed to be a full time position. I was gonna get paid $15 an hour. Um, the family and the parents and the little girl were great. They were really nice, but like I said, it wasn't going so well the past 2 months. So I just last week I had to quit because I had no choice. I just couldn't take it anymore with them. With the pay and the hours, I wasn't getting nothing, hardly anything to cover bills or groceries, only enough to cover gas for my car. That was how much the pay that I was getting a week. They were only paying me $15 per day, not $15 per hour like they were supposed to, like they advertised on their care.com profile. When they found me, they have a profile too. I looked at it, and so they weren't keeping that end of the bargain by paying me hourly like they were supposed to. When they told me I got the position, they said it was going to be full time, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, for 6 to 8 hours a day. I was going to get paid hourly, $15 an hour, which they lied about that. So I, just quit recently last week because the hours and pay weren't cutting it for me. I had no choice because I couldn't take it anymore. Like I said, it was going so well at first, the first month or so, and then the past 2 months it wasn't going very well because the hours and the pay, and the little girl, she started acting up a lot. She's a year and a half old, and I understand she's gonna start going through the terrible twos because she's gonna be 2 in September. But she just started to act up a lot. She started hitting me and kicking me when I changed her diaper, and she was just like, every time I fed her, she would throw her food on the floor. She would throw her food at me. She was just being terrible, starting to go through the terrible twos already, which I understand it's a phase that they're going to, but I told the parents and they didn't do nothing to punish her. They don't hit her. They don't smack her, like a little smack on the bottom. They never did anything like that when I was there. And they said they don't do that at all to her. They said, oh, if she has a little tantrum or a fit, just put her in her playpen and she'll cool off. So that's what I had to do, is try to pick her up and just put her in her playpen to have her cool off, since I wasn't allowed to punish her, like smack her on the bottom, like a little tap. It's not gonna hurt. Or if she hit me, smack her hand like this. It's not gonna hurt. But they're those kind of people who don't believe in punishing your child like that, which it's fine. I know there, different people out there who punish their children like that. Some do, some don't, and they're one of those people who don't do that. you know, and and if they don't start doing that, especially when she starts turning 2 in September, then I she's gonna end up being a terrible little girl when she gets older, because you don't start punishing your kids now, then they're gonna end up being a smart brats when they get older. They're gonna smart mouth you, and they're gonna end up, being a total brat, because I seen it. I seen it so many times when I babysat in high school. I seen it so many times. The parents just let them get away with too much stuff nowadays, and smacking them on the butt, a little tap like that, or smacking them on the hand, little tap like that is not gonna hurt them. You gotta show them that you're the adult, that you're the boss, not them. That's how I was raised. I got, if I got, hit or was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do, my parents, you know, smacked me in the bottom. They smacked me with their hand, with the belt. I got all that when I was growing up. And nowadays, people don't want to do it because they think it's child abuse. It's not child abuse, it's called parenting. I went through it when I was little. I got smacked with the belt, smacked with the hand, smacked on the butt with the hand, I got smacked on the arm, on the hand with the hand. My parents smacked me, and if I talked back, I got a little smack on my mouth, or mouth they went to my mouth. That's how I was punished when I was growing up. So people don't want to do that nowadays because they think it's child abuse. It's not child abuse, like I said. It's called parenting. If you don't parent your child, be really disciplined with them, timeout's not going to work. Then they're going to keep on doing it. They're going to keep talking back to you. They're going to keep, doing stuff that they're not supposed to. If you don't start punishing your child now, then they're gonna end up being terrible children when they grow up. They're gonna talk back to you. They're not gonna listen. They're gonna blah 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 blah. Cause I seen it when I used to work at that daycare before I started this nanny job. I had a lot of those kids that weren't punished. Apparently, probably weren't punished when they were little, around 1-2 years old, because they would be brats still. So anyways, that's my opinion on those people. They never did anything. They said, I understand that you don't want to smack your child, it's wrong, but how are your child's gonna listen to you and know that you're the adult and know that you're the boss, not them, if you don't give them a little discipline once in a while by smacking them on the hand or smacking them on the booty. Just a little smack is not going to hurt them. And then if you decide to use a belt or smack them harder, then they're going to have to learn. They're going to have to deal with it. Because I dealt with it when I was growing up. And when I become a mother, I'm going to do the same thing. If they're out of control, they're going to get the belt, they're going to get the hand, of course, when we get home, and they're going to get timeout. That's how I'm going to raise my children, the same way I was raised when I was growing up. By disciplining my children like that. If they need to be punished, or if they're not listening, they're going to, like I said, get the belt, get the hand, smack, get on timeout, and be grounded. Because my parents punished me in all those ways when I was growing up. So I'm going to be that kind of mother too. So my child's not going to get away with it. Not going to get away with anything like parents nowadays are letting their children get away with too much stuff. You got to teach them young, not wait till they get older, because when they get older, they're gonna still not listen and still be out of control. Cause like I said, I seen it when I was at that last daycare, after school care as a teacher's aide. I seen it. Cause those kids were out of control. Cause the parents didn't hardly do anything to punish them. I'm sure they didn't when they were younger. They just let them get away with too much stuff. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry if I offended you. I'm sorry if I, offended your parenting ways on how to discipline your child, but I'm just telling you what I see out there nowadays. So anyways, so they don't do none of that. They never punished the little girl in any of those ways. They just put her on timeout and let her cool down. That's what they said and what they do to their little girl. So I had to, deal with her hitting me, deal with her kicking me when I would change her, deal with her talking back to me, deal with her throwing food at me and throwing food on the floor when I fed her breakfast and lunch. So I couldn't take it anymore, and I wasn't, like I said, hardly getting any hours in the pay. And it wasn't full time, and it wasn't hourly. It was not an hourly pay like I was supposed to be getting. So they lied on their profile. Even though they're nice people, they seem like a nice couple and a nice family. And the little girl, like I said, she was good at first. That wasn't the right family as I thought it would be. I thought I found the great, perfect family. No, the great, right family that was right for me. Apparently, it wasn't the right family for me. So, look, now I'm back on care.com looking for a different family. Hopefully, the children are more well behaved. I don't have to deal with being hit or kicked, and I don't have to, handle a bad child that has, anger issues or, a bad temper or anything like that. So hopefully my next family is the family that I've been waiting for to work with for forever. They're a good, nice family that hopefully it will be a full-time nanny position. If it ends up being a part-time nanny position, well, at least hopefully I will get 20 hours, 20 to 25 hours. If it's a part-time position, hopefully I will get 20 to 25 hours, and I will get paid by the hour, 10 to 15 an hour, because those are my rates that I'm charging. So hopefully by the end of this month, by the end of July, or by the end of next month, I will have a job, because I'm not working right now, and my husband has been handling the bills these past almost 2 weeks, and I need to get back on my feet and find something else, because like I said, when I was working with that family, they weren't hardly giving me any hours. One week it could be one day, and now I get $15 because they were charging me $15 per day. Another week it could be 2 days, so 2 days times 15 it would be $30. Or another week could be 3 days, and I would get, if it was 3 days, another week, it would be 40 to 45, and then another week could have been all like 4 days, all like Monday through Thursday or something, or Monday, or whatever. It could have been 4 days. So if I was lucky enough to get 4 days 1 week, then I would have made about $50 to $55 that whole week with 4 days. So 4 days would have been $50 to $55. 3 days would have been 40 to 45. 2 days would have been 30 to 35, and then one day would have been only $15. So I was like, okay, that wasn't really cutting it. I was like, okay, whatever, and that wasn't hardly cutting it. So I stuck with them for 3 months, and then now I had to quit because I couldn't handle it anymore at all, because it wasn't hardly cutting it. It was only enough for only enough for gas. That's how my pay from being a nanny was only covering gas money for the car. Hardly any bill money, hardly any grocery money. So I talked to my husband about it. He's like, if you want to quit, go ahead and quit. I will take care of the bills. We will manage with my salary until you get back on your feet. So I hope, and pray that I get another family soon, by the end of this month or next month, or at least by the end of summertime, because we need the money. Since my husband's hours, it's already summer and they're starting to get cut back a little bit, and we're kind of in a bind here, worrying about the bills, and now we have to go to food banks in our community to end up having groceries, since we don't have much money for groceries right now, since I'm not working, and we just have to have bill money. So we have to end up going to food banks in our community to get food on the table. So that's what's been going on. And if I don't, this is my backup plan. If I don't end up getting a different family by the end of the summertime, then in September I'm gonna go back to school and get my college degree in early childhood education. I have to get those college credits to work at a preschool or / daycare center in my community, so I could become a teacher's aide. So if I don't get a different family by the end of summertime, which I hope I do, then my backup plan is gonna go back to school in September, go back to college and get those college courses in childcare, so I can apply for daycare centers in my area and be a teacher's aide at a preschool or daycare center in my city, in my community, my city. So that is what I'm gonna do if I don't find a different family soon. I've been looking every day on care.com since I quit last week. Every day on care.com and looking to see if there's any new posts for a nanny, nanny or babysitter. If I end up becoming a full-time babysitter instead of a nanny, or a part-time babysitter, then that's fine with me. It's the same thing as being a nanny. You're taking care of kids. So if I don't get a full-time nanny or babysitter, part-time, full-time or part-time nanny or babysitter job soon, then I'm just gonna go back to school, like I said, in September, this September coming up, and get those credits. So when I'm done with school, hopefully within a year or two, I'll be done with school, and then I could apply for daycare centers in my community and become a hopefully full-time teacher's assistant at a preschool daycare centers. So I will end up doing that if I don't get a different family soon, since I'm not working right now. So everyone, please keep us in your prayers and send us some luck around here, so I end up getting a job sooner than later, because we kind of need it right now. My husband he's only getting about 35 hours right now at work, since it's slow. It's summertime, since he works at a grocery store, and it's kind of been slow right now. So please, everyone, keep us in your prayers and send us some good luck, and hopefully I have another good update for you guys with, within a month or so that I have a new job. Hopefully, I will have a new update for you sooner than later on a new job. So that's what's been going on. And, you know, that the family was great, but all of a sudden, after a month or so, it wasn't really working out. So I just kind of stuck with it for about 3 months, and I couldn't do it anymore after 3 months. I made that decision, and I talked to my husband because of the hours and the pay weren't going very well, and they kind of said it was a full time and they were going to give me hourly rate, which they lied about, and I don't want to work with a family who lies and cheats their child's nanny, um, you know, disrespects their child's nanny in that way, just to hire them, to lie on their profile just to hire them, and ends up not paying me what I'm supposed to be getting paid hourly, because I took care of that little girl. I, give her baths. I cleaned up after her. I played with her. I did all the things that I was supposed to do, and all the things I was supposed to do as a nanny. And I did extra stuff without getting paid. I unloaded the dishwasher, ran the dishwasher, loaded the dishwasher, did their dishes. Besides the baby's dishes, I did their dishes. So I was doing extra stuff around there without getting paid extra. And that wasn't fair to me because I needed the money and the hours, and they weren't giving it to me. So when I started doing, extra stuff around there, they noticed it and they said, okay, Caroline, the mother came, talked to me and said, would you like to help me, 1 month during, 1 week in a month, one week in a month, help me clean my house, because they have a nice house. They have a 2-story, 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, and it was really nice. And I wish I had a house like that. I would keep it clean 24/7, because their house, it was nice, but they weren't really clean people that clean their house. Let's just put it that way. I know they work full time and they're full time parents to a little girl. I understand that. But if you have a house like that that's that nice, I would keep it clean 20 all the time, no matter what. If you have company over or whatever, I would still keep it clean all the time. And I know with the child, it gets dirty. I understand that, but hey, you can clean it when she's napping, or one of you guys could spend time with the little baby and then clean, and vice versa. Or, like I said, hire a housekeeper or maid if you could afford it, or whatever. So what they did, they were gonna hire a housekeeper, but the mom asked me if I wanted to have extra money on the days that I'm not taking care of the baby. So I said, sure. I'm not here on the weekends. You guys have me take care of the baby during the week when you guys are at work and they're off on weekends. So I don't mind making a little extra money, since I'm not making much with taking care of the baby. So she said, okay, well, since we already know you and you're really good and you're already, helping us out a little bit by doing our dishes when you're taking care of the baby, so you'll get paid for it by helping me, clean the house, 1 week in a month, so she was gonna offer me a little housekeeping job on the side when I wasn't taking care of the baby. So, but that never happened, so I never got paid extra. So I kept on doing the dishes, because when they cooked dinner the night before, they wouldn't clean up the kitchen. The dishes were in the sink from the night before when they had dinner. Their dishes and the baby's dishes. And that really irritated me because I'm like a person that likes to keep the house clean and keep the kitchen clean because I'm guess I'm just one of those people that likes a clean house and a clean kitchen after you cook. You don't leave dirty dishes in the sink. It could attract bugs and whatever else. So I guess I'm not that kind of person, you know. So don't get me wrong. I'm not high maintenance or anything. I'm just like one of those kind of neat people. So every time on the day that I worked to take care of the baby, there was dishes in the sink from the night before when they had dinner. One side was their side of the sink, and one side was the baby side of the sink. So the whole sink, both sides were full of dishes. Their dishes and the baby's dishes. So I was like, really? I was like, really, people? You guys don't know how to clean up after yourselves? And I'm doing this for free? And I should be getting paid extra for it, but I wasn't, and that really ticked me off. So, just to get to the baby stuff, the bottles, and whatever else I need to feed the baby that day for lunch and breakfast, I had to clean up that whole sink. If the dishwasher was clean, if the dishes were in the dishwasher were clean, I unloaded the dishwasher. And then the dishes that were in the sink, I loaded the dishwasher. And if the dishwasher ended up being full with those dishes that were in the sink, I ran it, then unloaded it. So they have an empty dishwasher to put their dishes in that night when they had dinner. And then the baby's dishes, I would wash and put them on the counter in the little container thing where they put her dishes in to dry. So I would do that every time that I would work for them to take care of the baby. I would do their dishes, unload the dishwasher, load the dishwasher, and the baby's high chair. I would wipe off the high chair because they would leave it dirty from the night before, and that was irritating and disgusting. If you have a child, after dinner, wipe off the high chair. You don't want it to attract bugs. You don't want it sticky when you feed your baby next time. So the high chair tray where she eats off of, I had to take it off and wash it really good with soap and water. I swear, those people, I don't know what the heck's going on with them. They're not a very clean family. Apparently, because they don't know how to do their dishes. They don't know how to use a damn dishwasher. They don't know how to clean off their child's high chair. I have no idea what the hell is going on with them. So, they never called me for the housekeeping job. I never even started helping her clean the house 1 week in a month. I never got paid extra by doing the dishes when I was there, taking care of the baby. I got crappy hours every week. And if I worked overtime, I didn't get paid overtime pay. And that was so freaking pissing me off. So I made that decision and I talked to my husband about it. And he said, if you want to quit, go ahead and quit. And we will manage until you get a different family. So I made that decision 3 weeks ago. And I just kept on thinking about it and was going to work for them. And as of last week, I quit because I couldn't do it anymore. Because I wasn't going to go over there every time and do their dishes and not get paid extra. Every time taking care of the baby when she started having a little tantrum and being hit by her or kicked by her when I was changing her or whatever, because they started winging her off the bottle, they started winging her off the pacifier, and then they started potty training her. That's why I believe that's why she's acting up, because they took the bottle away, the pacifier away, and they're starting to potty train her. So I believe that's why she's acting up, because she does not want to, you know, get out of the diaper, be potty trained. She wants the bottle, she wants her pacifier. So that's why I believe that's why she started acting up towards me and taking it out on me, started kicking me and hitting me every time I would some days be there, and the days that I would change her. So she's starting to act up and be terrible too, because the mom and dad are getting her off the bottle, pacifier, and potty training her all at once. So I made that decision, and I quit as of last week, and I have no job right now. So everyone, please keep me in your prayers and send me some good luck my way, and hopefully I get a different family with better behaved children, and that pays me by the hour, even if it's part-time or full-time. If it's part-time, I'll still take it, as long as I'm getting 20 hours a week. If it's part-time and I'm getting paid by the hour, no matter if it's a nanny job or a babysitting job, it doesn't matter at this point. I just need something, because right now I need to get back on my feet as soon as possible and start helping my husband with the bills and getting back on our feet, because we want to start saving up and getting the heck out of our apartment that we're currently in now, because we want a bigger apartment, and we want to start working on our family again. We've been putting that on hold right now because of the nanny job. We kind of been letting nature take its course, and kind of been putting that on hold, because we kind of want to get out of this apartment first before we have a family, because our neighbors upstairs are really loud and we can't take it anymore, and we just want a bigger, a little bit better apartment for our kid. But once we become pregnant, we don't want to be here with our child, because like I said, the neighbors are loud, and we kind of have a little exterminator bug problem, and it's terrible. We spray the Raid and we still have bugs, and we don't want to raise a child in this environment. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully soon, by the end of the month, next month or summertime, I will have a better family that pays me by the hour, and the children are more well behaved than that little girl was. If not, then I will go to school in September full time, and hopefully I will be qualified to get grants, and then I will use some of that grant money, first half of it for school and half of it, to survive on, bills and groceries, and hopefully I will have some to save so we can start getting out of here by next September, because we're going to have to be here another year, because our lease will be up in this September. So we have no choice, since we don't have any money saved to get out of here. This September we're going to have to live here for another year. So that is what we want to do. That is what's been going on with my life and my job these past 3 months, since my last job update, which was in April when I started that job. So everyone, please keep us in your prayers, and send us some good luck our way, and yeah, it's just been crazy these past couple months since I last told you about my last job update when I got that job. So right now it's like, oh, okay, this is what's been going on. So I just wanted to update you guys on that, and let you know what's been going on lately and with my job, and tell you guys what's been that. So I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. I'm sorry if it's if I offended anybody by your parenting, you know, whatever you parent your children, I'm sorry if I offended anyone on your parenting style, discipline style that you do with your children. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm just like, how can people let their children get away with too much stuff nowadays? They're afraid to punish their child, you know, in that way with the belt or the hand. It's not, they think it's child abuse, but it's not child abuse, it's called parenting. That's how I see it. Because if you don't do it, then you're going to end up having a terrible child, growing up if you don't start punishing them now, no matter what age they are. If they're 1, 2 years old, you better do it now because they're going to end up growing up being little brats. Because I seen it when I used to work in that school before I started working as a nanny. I seen it, how children are nowadays if they don't get punished because they get away with too much stuff nowadays and they just terrible. Then they end up, they end up being in gangs. They end up being in gangs. They end up, being, knocking down liquor stores. They end up smoking, drinking at a young age. They end up doing all that crap if you don't end up parenting your child like, smacking them on the butt or smacking them on the hand or, smacking them in the face, on the lip or, being that kind of parent if you don't end up doing that now. When, at such a young age, they're going to end up being those kind of kids when they grow up. I hate to say it, but I've seen it too many times in my community. So if I offended you guys, I apologize. I'm just so sick of people, letting their kids get away with too much stuff nowadays. It just sickens me. So I'm sorry if I offended you. So, I'm not trying to call you guys a bad parent. I'm just like giving my opinion on parenting. Because even though I'm not a parent myself, I just seen it too many times. I've been around kids my whole life, so I just seen it too many times. So that is what I wanted to, tell you guys. And please subscribe and like my video. And if you have, comment too. So please do that. I would appreciate it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.